guys, it's the end of the month, so nowadays I start to be busy again because I have to prepare for something for students like a monthly plan for next month. So I don't like it, but I have to do that. And anyway, and okay, so thank you so much clicking my video. And if you visit my video first, please check out my information section and in my there is my channel home. Anyway, so I'm not feel good in my throat, so I don't know why. The weather is suddenly cold or maybe too much work, right? I don't know. So anyway, today I want to talk about this problem about you. Actually, it's not problem, just right how much the listening skill is important to explain how much the listening skill is important, right? Just I want to talk about this problem, right? So let's think about which one comes first, right? Languages or grammar rules, right? Yeah, absolutely. Languages comes first, right? Originally, people just speak languages or words or expressions to express their emotion or to express what they want, right? And so very various different expressions in the word. But and later the grammar scholars, okay, made grammar rules to organize that those many expressions, right? They just research that expressions, right? Very long time. I think maybe very long time, right? So they researches so many expressions, and then they could find something, right? Rules, right? Regular rules, and so after they organize that kind of rules, right? So, and then they made grammar rules, right? So I want to say, okay, expressions, right? So, expressions and the people's mindset or people's emotions always comes first, then grammar rules. So, I think that we have to focus on expressions or I mean not patterns, right? You have to understand what I mean, right? And so the languages, right? People's mindset comes first, right? So we have to try to people's mindset, right? To speak fluently, right? So let's think about this sentence, right? 나는 피자를 원한다, right? Why native speakers use want first than pizza, right? They consider verb more important than object, right? That's not following after grammar rules, right? Want is predicate, right? They use predicate first than object, right? That's not because predicate, what is predicate, right? Just they really consider, right, the action, the verb, right, more important than objects, right? So, but Korean people, we always speak like this, right? 우리는 피자를 원한다, right? Always pizza comes first because Korean people, okay, pizza, in their mind, the pizza always comes first, right? More important than 원한다, 먹다, something like that. Those are verbs, right? So it's not because of grammar rules, right? Always, before grammar rules, there is people's feeling, right? For native speakers, the verb is more important, right? But for Korean people, right, the object is more important, right? So I think that we have to try to understand their mindset, right? So through that rules, right, we just arrange the word, right, one by one, right? So I have one example, right? So in the English meeting, there's one guy who was studying abroad, who was studying English abroad, right? So, but just for a short time, maybe around 6 months, right? I think that's not enough time to speak English fluently, right? For sure, he couldn't speak English fluently, but he learned something important, right? That's a different method, right? Just he tried to spread the words, right? Just according to the order of importance, right? So he sometimes miss, right, the preposition. He sometimes doesn't use, right, verb, right? But just he learned, right? So what is important for native speakers, right? So we could understand what he wants, right? So what is meaning, right? So for sure, it doesn't follow the exact grammar rules, right? Exactly correct grammar rules, right? But he can get fluency first, right? And later, if he try to study grammar hard, right? We don't need to study grammar rules hard, because after you get some listening skill, right? Grammar rules, right? Very naturally followed you, right? So, and you can get very easily, right? Grammar rules, right? Even though you don't study grammar rules very hard, right? So, his English getting better and better, right? So the grammar rules for him, right, getting better and better, and his fluency when he tried to speak English getting better and better, right? So I think that it's really important for us to gain something, right? The native speakers feeling, right, when they speak English, right? So to understand their mindset or their feeling, so we have to listen to English, right? Just even though, have you ever experienced something like this feeling, right? When we try to read English book, right? So always there is something difficult to understand fully, right? So I experienced right, many times when I read the English books, right? Before I got listening skills, right? But after I got listening skills, right, it this problem naturally solved, right? So I really recommend you to try to practice listening to English, right? So first of all, right, let's try to understand the native speakers' mindset, right? Their mindset, right? So why always they try to their words right first, right? So and then when they suddenly cut right their sentence when they are speaking, right? And then the previous sentence and the later sentence, right? Never connect naturally, right? To Korean people, right? But it's okay when we are speak English, right? Speak English, but if you try to understand that sentence is grammatically, right? There can be always problems, right? There is a problem. Never solve the grammatically, right? So please, okay, listen to English, and yeah, that's all for today. And thumbs up. Bye.